Students, I am Priyanka Sharma, biology teacher for class 12. We have already started with chapter number 2, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plant. We will have a quick revision of the things that we have seen in previous videos or previous lectures. So we have seen something regarding structure of pollen grain. Okay. In this we have seen that pollen grains are having two types or two layer, which was called as exine and intine. Okay, exine was having a smooth as well as large layer, whereas intine they are having small as well as they are, this exine are called as outermost layer. Okay, they are outermost layer, whereas intine means they were having innermost layer. Okay, then we have seen that exine was made up of sporopollenine, whereas intine were made up of two things, that is cellulose and pectin. Okay, these were the things that we have seen in previous video or previous lecture. Now again we have seen that this pollen grain during maturation process or during the growth of pollination, this pollen grain forms two different types of cell. These cells are formed as a result of what? Please try to recall the thing that I have told. This pollen grain forms two different cells. This cell formation is a result of increase in nucleus. Okay, when the nucleus increases, it forms what? Two types of cell. And what were those two types of cell? They were, first one vegetative and second was what? Second was generative. Okay, so these were the two types of cells which were present in pollen grains. Next is, in this we have seen that vegetative cells are big, large, whereas generative cells were small. Okay, vegetative cells were irregular in shape, whereas generative cells, they were what? They were spindle shape. We will quickly draw the diagram of this. See, pollen grains were somewhat this particular shape and it was having two types of cell. One was vegetative and other is generative cell. Here you can see the irregular shape, the whole cell is having irregular shape, and then this is generative. I am just writing with the abbreviation VNG. Okay, these were the things that we have seen in structure of pollen grain, and we have also seen with the uses as well as the disorders which were caused due to pollen grains. Okay, now we will see with the female part of a flower. Okay, so those things were regarding male part of a flower. Now we will see with the female part of flower, or it is also called as female gametophyte. In the starting part of this chapter, I have drawn the diagram of a flower which was comprising both male and female part of a flower. Now in this female part of a flower, we will be seeing with embryo sac formation. Okay, in this embryo sac formation we will be seeing with the three main things, that is, first we will see with pistil, second we will be seeing with, that is, megasporangium, and at last we will say with embryo sac. If you recall with the thing that we have seen in male part of a flower, we have seen in place of pistil, there in male part of a flower we have seen with what? It was pollen grain. Here pistil is also called as carpel. Okay. In place of megasporangium we have seen with microsporangium. Then in embryo sac we have seen with structure of pollen. Here it will come something regarding the stamens part. Okay, and here comes pollen grain. Here microsporangium. Okay, the difference is in micro and mega, pistil and embryo sac. Okay, now we will see again with the diagram. See, this is how the structure of female part of a flower looks. Okay. This part is known as stigma, and the long slender tube-like structure, here it is called as style. And if we move on to further, you will see a bulging like structure. The bulge like structure, that is called as ovary. Okay. This ovary was consisting of what we have seen. Please recall the thing that we have seen. Ovary was composing of ovules. Okay. So this were what? Female part of a flower. Now what is the function of stigma? Stigma, it will receive the pollen grain on it. Okay, it will receive pollen grain from the pollen grain of anther from other parts of a flower, or you can simply say that pollen grains will land on stigma. Whereas style is what? Style is a link between stigma and ovule. It connects stigma to the ovary or ovules. Okay, and ovary or ovules are what? They are further called as egg cell or embryo. Okay, I hope this introduction part regarding female gametophyte is understood by all. Pistil we have seen. Now we will see something regarding megasporangium. Okay. For this we will see with again with the structure we will see. This is the structure of ovule that I am drawing with the easiest way. See how I am drawing. बहुत easy है. जैसे मैंने ये draw किया, उसके बाद again I am drawing this. From this one more cell like structure, and over here like this. Okay, this is how you can draw the easiest structure of the ovules. Okay, now we have seen with the ovules part. Now here if you see, this particular part is called as funicle. Funicle is a part which attaches ovules with the placenta. Next layer or next part we will see, that is funicle attaches ovule, and that particular part is called as hilum. I hope it is understood with this particular part. दो part मैंने बोले हैं. In that I have said something regarding funicle and hilum. Funicle is a part of ovary which attaches with what? It attaches with the placenta, whereas helium is a part which attaches with the funicle. So we can say that helium is a link between funicle and what? Ovule or ovary. Okay, ovule we can say most of the time. Now next part we will see with the lining. This particular lining that you see, outer lining. ये जो lining you can able to see, this linings are called as integuments. Okay, these integuments, you can see they are present inside also and outside also. So integuments are further divided into two types. They are this outer integument and this will be called as inner integument. Okay, integument. Okay, ovules are covered with the layer known as integument, and this integument covering is seen both in inner side also as well as outer side. Okay, now ovules, the rest part also we'll see, we'll know with the other parts also what are they called as. Ovules are classified based on integuments layer. Okay, based on integument layers. Okay, so they are divided into 3 and 4 types. Integuments are what? They are the covering which covers the ovules. So ovule, based on covering, they are divided into unitegmic, bitegmic, tritegmic. Last one I'll say later on. Now uni means what? Single covering. When an ovule is covered with single integument, then it is called as what? Unitegmic. Okay, this unitegmic is mostly seen in dicot plant. Example for unitegmic covering is dicot plant. And next is bitegmic. Now as the name suggests, bi, that means what? It will have 2 coverings. This 2 coverings is mostly this type of ovules having integument layer, that is only 2 integument present. They are mostly seen in monocot. In monocot plant. See, here you can see how many integuments covering 2 integuments are there. So they are example of what? Bitegmic. Okay. Next is tritegmic. So here as the name you can see, tri means 3 integuments covering the ovules. That is mostly seen in plants known as Allocepthus. Okay. Next, अब आपको लग रहा हो कि next would be tritegmic, but it is not tritegmic, it is ategmic. Ategmic means ovules which are not covered with integuments. Okay, these are mostly seen in Loranthus plant. इसका example है Loranthus. Okay, I hope you are clear with the integuments, and based on the integuments covering, ovules are divided into 4 types. Now integument part is over. Next we'll see with the layer known as this particular part. ये जो आपको दिख रहा है, this is called as chalazal or chalazal end. Now the easiest way to remember chalazal, that is what? Chalazal is a place where integument arises. Integuments are what? They are the covering. So जहाँ से covering start होता है, that is called as chalazal end. And the exact opposite of chalazal end, that is exact opposite will be this side. So exact opposite of the chalazal end is known as micropyle, or it is also called as micropylar end. Okay, this opening. Okay, यहाँ से integument covering will start and it will end up to here. So this particular layer is what? Open. So opening exact opposite to chalazal end, the opening layer or the opening part is called as micropyle, or it is also called as, यहाँ पे जो point है, that is called as micropylar end or pole. Okay, I hope you are clear with the diagram. and this particular integuments are having a layer known as mass of cell, that is nucleus or nucellus. Okay, and nucellus bears what it is bearing? Embryo sac. Okay, I hope you are clear with the pistil part. Now we will see with the, see again, if you see with the diagram how easy it is to draw, and if you see in your book the same diagram is given. Okay, now we will see with the megasporangium or megasporogenesis. I have told you before also, you just need to relate the terms that you have seen in male gametophyte. Megasporogenesis is the next term. So, megasporogenesis is a process of formation of what? Megaspore. Okay, it is a process of formation of megaspore from MMC. I hope you remember this term. In male gametophyte also I have told you something regarding PMC or MMC. Here PMC represent pollen mother cells or pollen microspores or microspore cell, whereas here is microspore mother cell. यहाँ पे जो MMC है through which megaspores are formed, they are called as megaspore mother cell, whereas in previous it was microspore mother cell or pollen mother cells. The process, and one more term, that is megasporangium. Okay, in male gametophyte also we have seen that 4 tetrad formation was there. Okay, 4 जो tetrad formation होता है, यहाँ पे भी same we have 4 tetrad formation, but this 4 tetrad formation is because of mitotic division. Okay, mitotic division. In this particular step you will see that when nucleus divides, it forms 2 cells. Okay, from these 2 cells it further goes under mitotic division and moves on to pole. Suppose this is cell, then they are moving to the pole side. Again they undergo sequential division. Under sequential division, this one nuclear cell which is formed, it divides into again 4 different nucleated cell which move towards the pole. Next again this division, this 2 cells divides into 4 cells. Okay, this is how the division occurs. So at last you can see that 8 nucleated cells are formed. Okay, this helps in embryo sac formation. Now see, mitotic division, 8 new cells are formed. Next we will see with, again in next lecture we will see something regarding how 8 nucleated cells and 7 nucleated cells are formed. Okay, thank you.